This is the Sophie Scholl Society, and unlike Rush Limbaugh, I do not take obscene profit-centered timeouts. But I'm going to take time out today for what's known as the color revolution. Have you heard of it? Mike McFaul was the ambassador to Russia under the Obama administration. Mike McFaul had a plan. That plan is called the 7 Pillars or Steps for the Next Revolution. And that revolution is a plan to eject a leader. You saw that take place during the Arab Spring under the Obama administration. You saw it take place in Eastern Europe, the former Soviet blocs. That plan was underway. What is that plan? Here are the 7 pillars. Pillar number 1, you have to have a semi-autocratic regime, not a fully autocratic one, and provide maximum opportunity to call the incumbent leader a fascist. One day after Trump was in office, what did the left begin to call Donald Trump? Fascist. Who out there hasn't heard Donald Trump be called a fascist? But what they accuse Trump of being, they are. What they accuse Trump of doing, they do. Pillar number 2, create the appearance of an unpopular president or leader. You see that being fomented through the media on a daily basis. Anything to make him be unpopular, they make it headline news. That's pillar number 2. Here's pillar number 3. United and organized opposition. Antifa, Black Lives Matter. So well organized that riot shields are mass-produced as well as signs mass-produced as they are unloaded from delivery trucks in a city where they are set to riot on the streets. That's pillar number 3. Pillar number 4, an effective system to convince the public well before the election that there will be voter fraud. I've been wondering, why haven't Hillary Clinton and Stacey Abrams gone away? They always complained about the vote being compromised. Not too long ago, John Kerry at the Alliance of Democrats said revolutions are built when there's no access to ballot. In other words, he was talking about voter suppression. What's the talk you've been hearing? The post office is going to somehow get in the way because of who heads that post office. Effective system to convince the public well before the election of voter fraud. Pillar number 5, a compliant media to push the voter fraud narrative. Axios. What did they say? Trump may win by a landslide on election day. But wait, there will be mail-in ballots to count, and those mail-in ballots will carry the day, though it looks like Trump wins on election day. You need a compliant media to push the voter fraud narrative. Point number 6, or pillar number 6, political opposition organization able to mobilize thousands to the streets. That is, opposition you see on the streets today has been highly organized, and there's people behind it that make sure the opposition is there rioting and creating chaos, as well as getting support from celebrities and even politicians to bail them out when they're in jail. Haven't we heard that Vice President Kamala Harris supports this effort to bail out those who have been ruining the streets in the city? Pillar number 7, division among military and police. Divide the police. Divide the military. And you will see even more chaos come about because people will see allegiances aren't what they should be. Now, a tweet came out recently, September 4th, 2020. That tweet said, Trump has lost the intelligence community. He has lost the State Department. He has lost the military. How can he continue to serve as commander-in-chief? You know who wrote that? Michael McFaul, the guy I first mentioned at the top of the show, who organized the plan to unseat, eject leaders from their country. The Obama administration has tentacles deep into the State Department, and I would say in some segments of the military. This is the color revolution that began in Arab Spring, circulated to Eastern Europe, Soviet blocs, and now we see taking place here in the United States. They kind of put it out there in the open, but they don't want it to be looked at as a conspiracy. And here's what they don't want you to do. They're counting on you not to connect the dots with what they did in Ukraine. It goes a lot deeper than Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. There were underhanded things going on there to unseat that leader that they're doing now to unseat the leader currently in the White House. Well, unlike Tony Kornheiser of Pardon the Interruption, I cannot promise you that I'll do better the next time.